My mother-in-law hates my new friend, but I'm planning another hangout.
You're just hanging out behind her back. That's fine. You can do that.
It's no biggie. The title is a little misleading, but that's essentially what happened. I'm also not sure our ages matter, but I am 44 female. My daughter, 6, has a sweet friend, a boy we will call Luke. Luke has 2 older siblings, but they're not relevant to the story really. I also have 2 more kids, an 11-year-old son and a 2-year-old son with Down syndrome, who we'll call JP. By the way, this comes from Educational Reveal 847, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Carly.
And I'm Keon.
And I'm Dakota.
Hi, Dakota.
Look who it is. He's here.
Ha!
And OP says, we had a play date a few weeks ago at our home with just Luke and his mom, Katie. Unsure exactly how old she is, but I know she's in her 20s. Well, obviously, JP couldn't just go play with the other kids. He cannot walk, he cannot talk. So he was with me and Katie in the living room. While my 2 older kids and Luke were playing, Katie and I were talking. And while JP can't talk, he makes noises, grunts, etc.
He's just like me for real.
It's just like Keon for real.
That was me for a long time.
I know.
I didn't talk until I was like 4.5, 5.
Selective mutism.
Yeah, selective mutism.
Whenever he would do this, Katie would sort of make up something he said and say it for him. Like, for an example, I was talking about JP and said he gets chatty in the middle of the night, and JP started grunting, and Katie looked at him and said, "No, don't worry, I don't believe her anyway," which I laughed about. It was funny. My mother-in-law stopped by to grab something and stayed to chat for a bit. She noticed that Katie interacted a lot with JP. She asked Katie who she knew that had Down syndrome, I guess assuming that she knew someone, and Katie told her that she actually didn't know anyone aside from a little boy she went to church with as a child. My mother-in-law seemed put off by this and leaves eventually. The next day, she came back over and asked my daughter if she had fun playing with her friend. My daughter says yes. She loves playing with Luke. My daughter runs off to play, and my mother-in-law looks at me and says, well, at least she got to do it once and, not have them over again. I stared at her wondering why. So I asked her what she meant. She said Katie was too obsessed with talking to JP for someone who had no experience with Down syndrome children.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. JP's actually comfortable with somebody, and you're upset that he enjoys being around that person?
And not for nothing, I'm sure that mom knows best about her kid.
Yeah. Not
Sorry,
mother-in-law.
Yeah, not mother-in-law. Like the OP.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure OP knows best.
Yeah, I would be delighted if that was a grandchild of mine or in-law or what have you, child-in-law of mine. Like, yes,
Yeah.
I love this. Thank you so much.
I'm sure even the slight grunts and noise too in public show that he's at least a little bit I think
Yeah.
OP would definitely know if JP was OP and JP if JP was uncomfortable.
Yeah, 100%.
I was thrown by this because to me it was refreshing. Most people forget JP is there, pretend he isn't, or focus on what's wrong with him. Katie treated him like he was any other 2-year-old, and so did her son, although he was a bit more confused as to why JP wasn't speaking. But he never said anything about it, which leads me to believe Katie has made sure to teach her kids not to point out other kids' differences.
W.
Yeah.
Even better. This is when kids are developing their brain and they're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So, good on her.
My husband is away for work for a while, and my mother-in-law has been my support while he's gone. And she essentially told me she's not willing to keep helping if I have another play date with Katie and her kids, which is a problem because they are supposed to come over again in a few days. They've come here both times because it's easier for me and JP. My mother-in-law thinks I'm exploiting my son to make a friend. I don't think so, but I do want to become friends with Katie. But I don't think she was too interested in JP. We have a consensus. Not the a-hole.
Shocking.
Obviously.
Shocked. Baffled.
And we have some comments from OP. I truly don't have any friends outside of my husband's family. Not because of control issues. My family lives in another state, and I can't see them much. And making friends is hard when my time is taken up with my kids' activities and JP's therapies. And I can't just take JP anywhere, wherever I want, or whenever I want. It is hard sometimes. It gets lonely. And adding on top of the I'm sorries I get all the time and the I don't know how you do it and I couldn't handle that. And my favorite one, that must be so hard for your other kids to not have as much attention. Oh my God. That leads to me feeling guilty for days afterwards. It was nice to meet a mom who was willing to come to our home for our comfort and also didn't say all the things that make me feel like I'm uncomfortable spending more time with them. I just didn't want to think I was exploiting JP just to make friends with someone I enjoyed being around. JP doesn't act fearful of her, and she's never said anything to suggest to me that she resents him. But I think I will ask my oldest son tomorrow if he's heard her say anything or interact differently with JP when she's babysitting. She also thinks it's weird for me to want to be friends with a mom so much younger than me, even though Katie's oldest is the same age as mine, and her youngest is the same as my daughter. The only kids without a common age are JP and Katie's middle child. And we have an update.
I think mother-in-law is just jelly that you found a buddy and
Right.
your time's going to go diverted to Katie.
Right.
Yeah.
Honestly, she's probably, mother-in-law, I bet, is mad that, like, oh, if Katie comes to hang out, she won't need my help
Exactly.
anymore.
He's like, all right, well, then I guess I won't be coming around.
Right.
And like, if you don't need me as much anymore.
In the same threat, she's already, like, self-limiting.
Yeah, she's like,
She's afraid of being limited and she's doing it.
but you do want me to come around, right?
Just the side eye.
That's insane.
Yeah.
The fact that she's like, you either have to pick me or your new friend that, you get along so well with.
Right. When you don't have any friends there already, like
I'm your only friend.
she's a hater. But we have an update. 11 months later. So it's been a year. Luke and my daughter are in the same class again this year and are thrilled. We did have the second and many other play dates with Katie and Luke, and also Katie's two other kiddos. All three of Katie's kids are nothing but kind to JP, and every one of them takes time out of whatever they're doing to come hang out with JP every time. Katie's raising great kids. I mean, they're both raising great kids.
Yeah, they are. But Katie is like, are you? I'll go up there. I'm like, are you an angel? Like, this is insane.
Right.
Like,
this is like exactly what OP needed
like,
to. Like, has trouble making friends in a new neighborhood with all her kids.
Yeah. And I feel like mother-in-law, it was like a puzzle board or and like mother-in-law was like just too big or too small. And like, she's like, I'm trying to make it fit. It's fitting, right? Like, it looks perfect. And like, no, it's a little off. Katie comes in just right. Just boom.
Her oldest son specifically can get JP going really good. He's 13, will carry JP around and push him on the swings with my permission. Edit to add, it was with my permission at first. Now he just takes his little buddy JP and heads right on out. JP and Katie's oldest have this bond that I can't describe. JP lights up when he sees his big buddy.
That's so sweet. It's so sweet.
It's so cute.
You're gonna make Carly cry.
I know. I love the cute ones, guys. When my mother-in-law found out I was having the second play date, she was really mad. And she did, in fact, stop helping me out with the kids while my husband was gone. My husband was mad about this, her actions, not mine.
Good.
And hasn't spoken to her since.
Yee.
She consistently has reached out to see if we need help with the kids in any way. It brings me great satisfaction to say that both mine and my husband's response has been, no, you don't need to help us. Katie's helping us. That's just what we wanted. Because while I was so over worried about if I was exploiting JP to make a friend, I felt like I needed to tell Katie I didn't need her help until I really did. And when I did, she showed up and she showed out.
Nice.
And there hasn't been a day since that Katie and I don't talk on the phone or text more than just, oh, let's hang out here and there at this time for the kids. Katie is my friend.
Good.
And not only is she my friend, she loves my kiddos with her whole heart. And I love hers.
You guys are like aunties.
They're just besties.
You're besties,
and all
but
their kids are
aunties. Or
besties.
cousins, but we're not really blood
It's so
related. But we're like
cute.
cousins. This is so sweet and wholesome.
Yeah. And before anyone asks, yes, I have kept Katie's kids for her also. They are so well behaved and respectful. It's such an easy yes. Thank you to everyone for your advice and kind words on the original post. My family might have lost my mother-in-law, but we got a Katie.
Everyone deserves a Katie in their life.
And that's worth a whole lot.
Oh.
By the way, we have a whole lot of episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, your favorite podcast app, and search OK Storytime. We have a little bit more, but
Good. Great. This
so
this is a very wholesome, post. That's great.
Yeah. I love but we got ourselves a Katie.
Yeah. Get yourself a Katie.
Get yourself a Katie.
It's definitely mother-in-law is just jealous 100% and upset that like you don't need a Katie, you have me.
Right. And then not needing the Katie and then you don't need a Katie. I'm going to stop seeing you. Hey, I really want to see the kids.
That sucks. The fact that you
Your
responded
bed.
with, nah, Katie's got him.
Right. You dug the hole and now you get to lay in it.
Yeah. That's amazing. This is an amazing story. I think, though, I guess my one piece of mind is mother-in-law, if she comes back and apologizes, because I feel like the kids want their grandmas or grandparents in their lives, sure, as long as it's positive and not toxic. But also, I think you and Katie deserve a vacation. Like, have a girls' trip.
when
without
your
the
husband comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's definitely something you guys can do. Have your own little girl trip. But also, like, so sweet. It's great. No other comments.
No
That's
comments. Just Katie. We got some more comments by OP. He shows up and JP just gets so excited, and then my child just gets carted around wherever we are for hours sometimes. Her son carried JP around the zoo for 4 hours one day
Gosh.
and refused to put him back in the stroller or let one of us hold him instead because the stroller can't get close enough like we can, and he can see better if I hold him.
That's so sweet.
That's so cute. He's definitely the sweetest and most empathetic 13-year-old I've ever met in my life. And you can tell it's not forced either. Her son gets excited to see JP too. It's so sweet. And I'm so glad that we got that. It makes me cry too if I think about it too hard because I can't believe it just fell into our laps because my daughter made a friend at school. This is a response to something, guys. I don't know what we're responding to, but would it help you laugh instead if I told you that part of his reasoning I didn't include was that me and Katie are both way too old to carry JP for that long? Okay, that's about the zoo.
Oh, 13-year-old
Yeah,
carrying
how he carries
JP.
him for 4 hours.
I'm like, all right.
You guys are
Y'all are
too old.
too old to be carrying the child.
He's being
like,
the
ladies,
sweetest.
I got this. Ladies.
He's being the sweetest and also slipping like that subtle 13-year-old
Like
insult.
he's like, all right. He's like, all right. He's getting a little too.
He's like, I'm friends with
not
JP
even-
and JP
Yeah.
only, dude.
He's not even being like me, and he's just trying to be considerate. He's like, you're just too old. Like, don't worry, I can do it.
He's flat out.
You're old, and I'm not. Now I'll hold
I'd be
him.
like, listen, kid, I'll humble you.
Okay, but here's the ages. I'm 45. His mom is 30. Going at them for that.
You want to go?
But
at
he's
that
still
again?
just like, you're old. Honestly, me today with my back the way it is, I'd
I'll
be
be like, listen,
yeah,
kid.
I'm
Listen,
old.
kid. 1v1
Kid.
me. 1v1 me.
Listen, kid, you're right. You can keep carrying him, but listen, kid.
Final destination. No items. 3 stocks.
One of us was greatly offended by his statement, and it wasn't me. Comment 1. I'm still totally lost on what mother-in-law's problem was. We have a reply. I'm curious about this as well, and what mother-in-law's resume looks like when it comes to children with disabilities, since that's apparently crucial to even being in the presence of one. So far, my leading theory is that mother-in-law wanted OP to have zero other support than mother-in-law. OP having other people she can call on means mother-in-law can't leverage her to get OP to obey. Someone replies, I used to be a children's librarian, and it's really, really common for adults to say they don't see the point of talking to nonverbal children because the child can't talk back. That's so sad.
That was me.
Would people not talk to you because you want to talk?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, from what I can recall, people like, especially kids, want to talk to me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising. So I had a neighbor who was selective mute as a kid, and we would still talk to him, and he would just do what you did with like grunts and like pointing. And eventually, though, like, he would only talk to us kids, and he still wouldn't talk to adults. So he'd, like, come up and, like, whisper and, like...
From what I recall, like, I didn't really talk to many people.
This guy's King Boji. He doesn't even know it.
It's so dehumanizing, and I cringe every time I hear someone say it. I'm wondering if mother-in-law is one of those people, and when she saw Katie talking to JP like he was just any other kid, even though he couldn't talk back to her, it made mother-in-law feel some kind of way about it. Comment 2. Always deeply confused by the people who don't understand that the more people who love your kid, the better. Little buddy needs these people. Grandma can get stuffed. And that's the end
What
of
do
that.
you mean by that? What do you mean by stuff?
What do you mean?
Mm?
But yeah,
What?
grandma or mother-in-law needs to come around on her own to, like, with a big apology, like you said, if she wants back.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Otherwise,
pretty much it.
all your kiddos got the best love already.
Yeah, you gotta understand, like, grandma, I can make friends. You should have a friend too.
Yeah, right?
But
But-
is
That's the end.
my mother-in-law claimed she named my daughter, so I corrected her.
Should name her after your mother-in-law. Don't do that.
I've been married to my husband for almost 2 years, and our daughter is 11 months old. When we found out we were having a girl, one of the names that was immediately top contender was the name of a character I really like in a very popular book/movie franchise. Is it Rowena?
Classic nerd.
Rowena is a very, like...
I have never heard someone Rowena. I've heard Luna.
Luna's a good one, too. I want to find
Or-
out. I want to find out.
Rowena.
I've met, like, 4 Rowenas. Yeah. And you know what they're named from?
Harry Potter.
Yes. My husband is a huge fan of the franchise too, and with time, that name just became the only one that I wanted. And we landed on it and then told our parents about it. By the way, this comes from user FarOven6023, and you can submit your own stories to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Keon.
I'm Carly.
And I'm Dakota.
So, Opie says, I remember my mother-in-law questioning whether phonetically there would be an alternative spelling that could cause confusion, and I had said no. It wouldn't, and had explained to her the subtle difference in pronunciation, and it was a whole conversation I'd had with her. Last weekend, we were at my in-laws' place for dinner. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law were there too. So, we were watching my daughter cruising along the room, using the couch as a support, looking at us to see if we were looking, and then laughing. My brother-in-law's wife had remarked how radiant she looked and how she'd really taken to her name literally. My sister-in-law then said that it was a really good choice by my mother-in-law. What does that mean?
Interesting.
I was confused. I asked what she's talking about, and my sister-in-law said that my mother-in-law had been the one to recommend the name. Right?
I want to know the name so bad.
too.
Because if it really is from OP's, like, favorite franchise, that's so easily disproved. You just go, does mother-in-law know anything else about
Yeah.
where the name's from?
Like, why did you pick it? Oh, I just love that name. My mother-in-law then said, yeah, that she said it's a good name. I was literally stunned for a second and then made it clear that I'd come up with the name, how I'd known of it, and that my husband also knew of that character, and that we were passed away, set on that name, and there were no recommendations to be had. I asked my husband to corroborate the story, which he did, uncomfortably. My mother-in-law said names are a collective family effort, and everyone pitched in, but I still said this name was one that was very dear to me, and it was one I'd come up with. Maybe I shouldn't have pushed on that a second time? Well, that's why I'm here. When we came home and we were in bed, my husband had been getting texts from his mom and sister. He said I was right in my account of what had happened, but he also told me I'd been tactless, that we know it was my name, and our daughter has a beautiful name that suits her. Why make it into something that causes bitterness?
Right, and why are we so pressed about who came up with... What does it matter who came up with the name? Just
I
be
think
like,
it's just-
yeah, I think it's a great name, OP. Congrats. I didn't help with it.
Oh yeah,
The
mother-in-law.
mother-in-law needs to, like, take a chill pill on that one.
She wants to take accountability. Like,
Yeah.
this is my child. So today he had a phone call with his mom, just a regular one. I asked if she was still pissed. He said she was. He said that he understood why I did it, but it wasn't the time and place. I don't agree with this.
No, it's not mother-in-law's time and place.
Yeah, I don't agree with this. Like, huh?
Why are we supporting her?
Was I the a-hole? And we have a small update. Before the small update, what do you... No. I don't even have to ask
I think,
you.
yeah, I think I said what I need to say. Like, I don't know why mother-in-law needs to be a collaborator with that name so bad, and I don't think OP should have to let that go.
Yeah.
It's OP and her husband's, like, fandom or love or something.
Yeah,
They probably, like,
I don't see where the husband's like,
I can't think.
I get it, like, I guess it's not the time and place. Like, maybe it's like,
it's not mother-in-law's
but
time
it's
and
not, no,
place,
for sure,
though.
100%.
Support
Like,
your wife.
I would have been like, what do you mean?
Right.
Like, we came up with that name. Why is she taking credit for it?
Especially if it's something that they like mutually love together and it's a point of like bonding over when they met,
Yeah.
maybe. Like, no.
Yeah, I would be. I would.
Get to be
I would be like, that's not the case in point. I would have been like, that's not right. Let's clear that up.
Yeah.
We have a small update. So, my husband came by this on his Reddit feed, FML. He wants to let us all know he never said I was an a-hole. Relevant comments. He said that he understood why I did it, but it wasn't the time and place. Did he happen to share with you when would have been a better time to correct your mother-in-law's revisionist history and why he didn't have a word with her and correct her himself? Big, huge, not the a-hole. OP replies, no. He didn't say it, but he said it shouldn't have been clarified in front of an audience. So I'm assuming he meant when it was just me with mother-in-law. And if she said this when we've had moments where it's just the two of us, I would have corrected her then. I just didn't enjoy saying it in front of others. It's just that's when it was brought up. Another comment says, does your husband ever stand up to his mother? Call her out when she lies, or if she says/does something unreasonable? We're trying to determine if this is a one-off event, or if you have more than one problem on your hands. OP replies, before we got married, he'd said she can be a bit much, and just to sort of not mind her too much, which is why we've been back on thus far. But just, this was close to my heart, and in the moment, I felt I had to claim it. A commenter says, mild, you're the a-hole. Count yourself lucky that mother-in-law isn't like many on here who hates her grandchild's name, and there's a lot of negativity surrounding that. So what if she's taking a little ownership of the name at this late date? It just shows that she loves everything about your daughter. You and your husband know the true genesis of the name, and that's all that really matters. And that comment is downvoted.
Good.
That's my husband's POV, essentially. That it was out of love. And now there's bitterness. Which I suppose there is. And if I really was an a-hole thing to do, I'm open to apologizing for doing it with others around. I feel like you should just have like a one-on-one meeting with her, or with you and your husband, and be like, so what was that about?
Right. Let's get to the bottom.
We have another comment. Is this really a hill you want to pass away on? Who cares about how the name came about? It's your daughter's name now, and everyone is happy with it. You are making this into a much bigger thing than it needs to be. You are the a-hole. That's a downvoted comment as well.
Here's the thing, don't keep dragging it out. Like, have that conversation now, nip it in the bud so that you can just, like, move on from it. But I don't think you're the a-hole for calling her out. But have the conversation.
She's pissed that she got called out on a stupid lie. Easy solution to that is she shouldn't have lied, not the a-hole. OP says, thank you. And while I didn't bring it up at the time, because I didn't recall in the moment, I literally have texts of me sending her a link about how that name is in the top 20, and that it's not a totally out there name. Verdict, not the a-hole. And we have an update. We're going straight into the update. This was 4 days later. Hi, and thanks a lot for all the comments and verdicts in my first post. Far more than I had anticipated, enough that my husband came across it too. First, I do want to clarify that my husband never said I was an a-hole. He said he agreed with the facts, that our daughter's name had nothing to do with mother-in-law, just the timing of it. But like a lot of the comments had said, perhaps setting the record clear in the moment had been the right thing to do. My mother-in-law had been bringing up the encounter to him in passing repeatedly since then, and she was also emphasizing the way and place and time that I corrected her. She was not claiming to have recommended the name any longer. Yesterday, because my husband was having to deal with the bitterness of the situation, I had to call with my mother-in-law.
Hey.
She said she was in shock at the way I had gone about it, that it's not what she expected of me, how fond she was of my daughter, and that the decisions like these are family decisions in spirit. Doesn't matter the origin of the thought.
No. Half the time the family doesn't even know the name till the kid comes out. Like,
it's like,
in spirit, we were there.
It's like I'm part of the group project too.
Yeah, I'm in your head. I knew the name.
Yeah. Like,
no.
Like you guys did this. You and your husband OP did this group project. You made a kid. I was part of the process. Put my name on the top right. Give me full credit. A+.
Insane.
I said I understand and deeply regretted the unpleasantness, but it was a name close to my heart since I was young and had read the books, so that's why this was different to me than any other decision. Like the choice of stroller, for instance. My mother-in-law brought up that I had sent her a link of how it was a very popular name back when I had told her about it the first time. I said that yes, but I'd done that after the fact, just to show it wasn't a completely out there name, and that I didn't even know what the result of the popularity of the name would be when I searched for it. But this name was from my heart. She said she understands and again reiterated how much she loves our daughter and thanked her and told her how much I appreciated it. I think I've handled the situation well. My husband, too, seems content after my call. A sincere thank you, everyone who took the time out for my issue. And I want you to take the time out for us because we have full episodes with stories just like this one. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app and search OK Storytime. I think we're at 70 full days now of content. So after the story, go to that.
Yeah.
Get a start
Watch
on that.
all of them. Do it.
So there's a little bit left here, honey. How do we feel? What do we think?
I'm reading what Kat said here. If it doesn't matter, then why did she claim it?
Yeah, I feel like she got caught, but she's like, the love for your daughter. It was the love of your daughter. Like,
Right.
I love your daughter so much. And I'm like, you're going back to that excuse.
Right.
But why did you claim it? I love your
I
daughter.
just love your daughter so much. Then drop it.
Then like, why are you telling people you said that's your name? Like you gave her that name. OP, I love your daughter.
And the like, well,
I
you
love my
sent me a
grandchild.
link once talking about how popular the name was. Yeah, because I had picked the name out
Yeah.
and was telling you about it.
Yeah.
They weren't still deciding then. Yeah.
It would tick me off, but at this point I'm like, all right, what's done is done.
Right.
Everyone's happy.
Like the one comment said, it's not the hill to die on for that, but it's annoying.
It's very annoying. And like if she continues to be like, and if she like say when the daughter gets older, he's like, I named you that.
Yeah, you
I
shut
would
that down right away.
I would shut that down.
Yeah.
But again, if that's where it is and this lays down and there's it's not brought up anymore,
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
That
but if
also too, yeah. You go right back to that kid. You'd be like, no, I named you after this book I love. Read it with me.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
that's when the kid gets to start.
Yeah. The
also
family
getting into
decides
the
together
fandom.
in spirit.
Yeah.
You guys weren't there.
Yeah.
Hubby
You-
and I
sure,
decided
if
that.
what she wants to say is that she decided the name in spirit, whatever. You were there, sure.
Yeah.
But you had no contribution otherwise.
Let's go ahead and finish up this story. She was just like, in a family, when decisions are made, we all own it regardless of who originally came up with it. She was making claims are not the sign of a loving family. And again, that's all well and good for some things, sure, but some stuff is just deeply personal. Fact-checking a pushy mother-in-law in real time for the win. She is a right lively one, isn't she? By the way, OP, did anyone in mother-in-law's family help name your significant other or your sister-in-law? OP replies, I never asked that. I can ask my husband, and there is an edit. My husband can't remember, but he says his grandmother, my mother-in-law's mom, makes an appearance in the story about his name. He has no clue about the story or of his sister or brother's name. Another comment says, but didn't you have to convince her of the name? To then go on and say she recommended it isn't just making a decision as a family, even in spirit. That's just a straight up fabrication. She can go around telling people she approved the name if she wants, but even that would rankle me because decisions like a child's name are not family decisions in spirit to begin with. They're the parents' decision. I'm glad you're okay with how things panned out, and I hope this is a one-off. But I'd be on the watch for my in-law in case of further revisionism streaks, and in case she decides other decisions that should be mine and my partner's suddenly become a family decision, in spirit or otherwise. Do not let her wiggle her way into having veto power over your decisions as a couple or as parents. OP responds, yep, I made it clear to my husband that when it comes to our daughter, only him and I can make decisions. Your mother-in-law is an a-hole for trying to take credit, then gaslighting you into an apology and making you think naming a child is a group effort in spirit when there was, in reality, no group. Your husband is an a-hole for saying you were in the wrong for putting his mother in her place for lying, then not telling his mother to touch grass when she witched about it. You are an a-hole to yourself for accepting this and apologizing. You are an a-hole to your daughter if you allow her to be raised thinking this crap is healthy or acceptable. All right, commenter.
Well, I don't think she's doing that last one.
Let's.
But
All right, a little aggressive.
Hey.
True, but a little aggressive. I think it's just like one of those things where like, all right, let's clear that up.
Yeah.
It's one of like, all right, whatever. If you keep doing it, then I'm gonna really press on it and get really upset. And there's a top comment. She was in shock at the way I had gone about it. That's not what she expected of me. She's chastising you because you didn't just swallow your food and let her lie and boast and exaggerate her own importance as she fully expected you to. So yeah, total.
My sister-in-law said awful things about me, so I'm removing her from my wedding.
Bye-bye.
I, 25 female, have been with my now fiance, 26 male, for a little over a year. He proposed to me back in early March, and ever since I have felt that my sister-in-law, 23 female, has begun to dislike me. I found out that a few days before my fiance proposed, my sister-in-law overheard the conversation he was having with my mother-in-law about my ring and then the proposal and completely exploded on him. She told him how it was too soon and that she was supposed to be the one to get engaged first. My fiance and I had many conversations about marriage, and we felt getting engaged after a year was perfect for us. My sister-in-law has been with her boyfriend, 21 male, for a little over 2 years. By the way, this comes from Diligent Inflation 5, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Carly.
I'm Keon.
And I'm Dakota.
And OP says, I didn't say anything to her about this because I didn't think it was my place, and I figured his family would have a conversation with her. Apparently, there was a conversation, but when she texted my fiance later, she basically told him that she was happy for him, but was still standing firm on how she felt. Fast forward to June, I have been wanting to talk to her about why there's been a shift in her behavior towards me, but didn't know how. She shot me down when I asked if she wanted to come wedding dress shopping in May. She watches all of my stuff on Instagram, but never likes anything. And she's never told me congratulations. I decided yesterday to reach out to her, and when I did, I prefaced that I wasn't trying to attack her or argue. I just wanted to have an open conversation about how she's feeling. I genuinely wish that I would have just left it alone, because she quite literally exploded on me.
Kabloom.
She told me that I've been disrespectful and dismissive of her boyfriend and parents on multiple occasions. She then went on to insinuate that I was probably going to divorce her brother and break his heart, and that she would be the one to pick up all the pieces and lift him up in life. And finished it off by confirming that she does talk about me behind my back, because she hasn't seen me in her house to confront me. I responded to all of her points, just expressing that I've never been disrespectful, and her saying those things about her brother and I were heartbreaking. I also reiterated that we are different ages, so what makes sense for us probably won't always make sense for her. She then doubled down while beginning to curse at me and said that we have a higher chance of getting divorced since I wanted to rush into marriage. And the only reason I wanted to get engaged was because I heard her and her boyfriend argue about it 24/7. She's just mad her boyfriend won't propose to her.
Yeah, I'll be like, listen, youngin.
Also saying that, like, I will say though, saying that there's at such different places in life when she's 23 versus 25. Like, OP, you're really not that far off, but sure.
Hey, yeah, once you get the 23 to 25 jump is pretty big.
But I feel like after 25 is when you really start to hit the like, whoa, I understand thing.
Yeah, I feel like this child, well, not child, but 23-year-old,
Youngin.
this youngin, is just thinks she knows everything. That's what it is. And she's like, I know everything. I'm old enough now. I know everything. I'm all knowing.
Yeah.
She's just upset that her boyfriend won't propose to her. 1.
And her boyfriend, who's 21.
Yeah. 2, she's just jealous, so she's just projecting.
Yeah.
I'd be like, haha, that sucks.
Hardcore projection.
Yeah, it sounds like you're just a little jelly. You sounds like an issue, not an ish me, honey.
And this could totally go either way. I feel like, too, like, I could 100% seeing OP's fiance, brother of the siblings, be like, well, I'm older. Like, it makes sense for me to be first. And then her also being like, but I've been with him longer. And, like, sure, valid complaints from both sides. Get over it.
I've been like, what's stopping you?
Right.
What's stopping you?
Tell your boyfriend to do it then.
You can do it. I'm not going to stop you.
Right.
But now I'm not going to go to your wedding because you said all those really mean things.
Untwist your panties. Just to preface, my fiance and I got engaged after a year and we'll be getting married after 2 years. We will also be living together starting in December. She was really upset about the age thing and even said that I accused her boyfriend of bringing another girl home. Conversation was me asking if he had a sister, since neither myself nor my fiance knew who she was, And once she confirmed that, that was the end of the conversation. She called me delusional and weird and finished off her message by saying, "My point is, I'm only going to the wedding to support my brother."
Then I'd be like, you're not going to the wedding.
I immediately blocked her on everything
Good.
because I felt the entire thing was toxic.
I would have shown, maybe take screenshots.
Talk with your fiance.
Talk with your fiance. Be like, listen, why is she like this? And
Yeah.
do you want to have a talk with her?
Yeah, maybe you should talk to her about this one, buddy. She's your sibling.
Yeah.
I told my fiance that I don't want her at the wedding because there's no way she thinks she can speak to me like this and still think she's invited. I've even been considering trashing the micro wedding idea and just eloping. I also sent the entire conversation to my mother-in-law because I didn't want there to be any question on if what I was saying was true or just me twisting words. Now, because of this, my mother-in-law told them both, my fiance and sister-in-law, that they have to come over next week for a family meeting. So I'll see how that goes. Part of me is upset that I even said anything because I genuinely wanted to resolve this whole thing. But the other half is happy because now I know what I've been feeling this whole time wasn't just in my head. Anyways, am I the a-hole? We have an update.
No. The fact that like you tried to squash the beef or like try and figure out, hey, like why are you being like this? And then she was like, well, so I have a list and it's all because you suck.
Without having a single conversation and then being like, well, you haven't been around for me to confront you. Okay.
I've tried to. I
Hit
wanted
me
to,
up
yeah,
and
that's
I'll
why,
come
That's
over.
why I reached out. And
Right.
now you have apparently a plethora of things that let me know that
Literally
you don't like me
showing,
for.
also showing how much sister-in-law is not an adult and not ready for super adult
Yeah,
things because you
all
can't handle this.
All I'm hearing is wah.
Yeah, you
wah,
sound like a
wah.
baby.
But that sucks, dude.
But we have an update. Anyways, they had their family meeting at the beginning of July, and I was not present for this. My fiance filled me in on a lot of what was said, and in my opinion, it went better than I expected.
Okay.
It went better in the sense that my in-laws tried to put my sister-in-law in my shoes.
Okay.
So there were a lot of questions of how would you feel if she said that to you? Or how would you feel if someone was treating you this way? With these questions, she had no real answer. So no real progress there. To me, that shows that she knows her behavior is bad enough that she wouldn't want to be treated that way, but not enough that she understands that she shouldn't treat me that way or anyone else. My fiance told me that my mother-in-law told her if she had to choose between her fiance/future and her piece of you-know-what sister, she would choose her fiance every time. They even asked my sister-in-law if it was reversed and my fiance was treating her that way, what would she choose? And she immediately said her boyfriend. So again, there's an understanding that she would never want to be treated that way, but not enough to not do it to others.
It's so dumb. It's like
double standard.
It's a double standard. So it's like 2 + 2 = 4, right?
Yes.
So it's 4 - 2. No, I don't. I can't answer that.
Doesn't compute.
I can't do that. What?
I was told that my in-laws were and still are upset about the situation. So they were addressing her behavior, but I'm not sure how extensively. I know there are probably a lot of other details that I'm not aware of, simply because I wasn't there, and my fiance tried his best to relay everything back to me. At the end of the conversation, my in-laws asked if I would be willing to sit down with everyone and have a conversation on how we can move forward. Initially, I was extremely hesitant. This was a sign. But eventually, I decided it could possibly be a good thing and we could potentially move forward, although I was still standing firm in not wanting her at the wedding. My sister-in-law wanted to wait until her boyfriend got back, so we had to wait for that. Fast forward to last Thursday, my fiance told me that my sister-in-law texted him saying they were doing a lunch on Sunday, yesterday, and that everyone was invited. I figured this was going to be the meeting that my in-laws were wanting to have. I told my fiance that although I was pretty nervous about the whole thing, I was willing to go because I genuinely just wanted the whole thing to be done. It has taken a lot out of me, emotionally and mentally. And so I was ready to find a way to move forward. So we get there. My fiance and sister-in-law shared apartment, and I will admit that it was awkward. I felt like I was going to throw up before we walked in from the anxiety. So I was not having a good time. I spoke to everyone and hugged my in-laws, but I didn't speak to my sister-in-law. mainly because I didn't know if she would take it poorly, and I also didn't really want to. My sister-in-law's boyfriend, absolute angel, cooked lunch, which was really nice. And so for a bit, things were calm, and I was getting a little more relaxed, but not 100%.
Good. That's how they get you.
Luring you
They're
in.
luring you in so they can pounce on you.
After lunch, when the talk/meeting started, my in-laws basically mediated the whole thing. A lot of the main points were they wanted things to get figured out so it wouldn't always be like this. They didn't want it to be uncomfortable for anyone. They want to be able to get together for holidays and other things, especially since kids will be in the picture sooner or later. Most of the time, my sister-in-law wasn't really interested in the conversation, but once she was, it just kind of went downhill. A lot of her responses were, "I'm not sorry. I said what I said." She started it by sending me that long message. She made some comments about how she was being nice because she didn't start anything when I came in the house, which made me feel like I couldn't really speak up. Like it was a warning that she was being nice, but that she could flip at any moment. Anything that my in-laws said was met with pretty much the same response of, "I said what I said." There was a lot of, "I don't want to be her best friend."
I'm not asking you to be my best
Right.
friend. I'm just,
Be civil,
I'm going to
be
be part of this
nice.
family, and why do you not like that?
Yeah. Be just like a genuinely decent person. Even though no one even mentioned that or asked her to. And she even told my mother-in-law that she didn't want to share her family with anyone.
What?
What?
But did you want to get married to your boyfriend? What?
Newsflash. That's
You're
sharing.
projecting. You're projecting. You are lame. Not about you.
My sister-in-law's boyfriend chimed in at one point and brought up how I sent that message right when they were going through a bad rough patch, which I didn't know because it's not my business. But even with that happening, it doesn't excuse her behavior at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I bet their rough patch was just that OP got engaged.
Why
and,
won't you
"Why
marry
won't
me?
you do it yet?"
What?
Yeah.
Marry me.
100% had to be that. It ultimately came to a destructive end when my father-in-law brought up how he would hope that eventually we could be on good terms and that things might change. My sister-in-law said, "I mean, okay, yeah, eventually things could change, but right now I don't like this effing B."
I'm sorry.
I was so ready to be like, "Oh, like things will be civil enough that you can come to the wedding." No.
No, now you doubled down.
No.
You're definitely not invited. You know who I am inviting? Your boyfriend.
Yes. Yes.
I'm inviting your boyfriend just to be petty.
Specifically, this is a ticket for one. It is only for you, boyfriend. And if sister-in-law shows up, we have security.
I'm sorry. Who crapped in your cereal today? Like, let's
To jump all the way to that
Well, I mean,
is crazy.
I think she was just like, I'm tired of this. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I'm tired of this. I don't want to deal with this conversation. I want to go have my boyfriend propose to me.
Girl, he might not after this.
Oh my, could you imagine?
Can you imagine he stands up and he's like, "Actually, we don't really have to worry about this. I'm out."
Yeah. Could I come to the wedding though? I would literally be like,
He'd be like, "Hey, you wanna still come?
could I be the ring bearer?
You can officiate." I can't even tell you what everyone said after that because I was in a full-blown panic mode and had tunnel vision. I do remember my mother-in-law saying, "Wow," insert sister-in-law's name, but that's about it. I left and went into my fiance's bedroom because I had just reached my limit and I cried. After that, my fiance and sister-in-law got into a screaming match and I could hear my in-laws chiming in. But then my sister-in-law started crying. I found out later this was because she felt like everyone was attacking her.
Oh my gosh.
My fiance eventually came in to check on me and told me that we could leave. He just wanted me to take a moment to breathe and catch my breath. We talked for a bit, and then my mother-in-law asked to come in. She profusely apologized to me, and although it's her daughter, she's still technically a grown woman and is responsible for her own actions. I explained to her that I don't know that I've done something wrong unless it's communicated to me. And the only reason I really knew that I had done something was because I texted her trying to communicate, and it was taken poorly.
I want to see how she has arguments with her boyfriend.
Oh, terribly.
I want to see how they communicate.
She's the one, she just sits there and he's like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Are you sure
Stop
nothing's
asking
wrong?
me. Nothing's wrong.
Are you sure
Yeah.
nothing's wrong? No, I'm fine. I'm going to go to the other room, but I'm fine.
Just do your own thing. Just don't even talk to me. I'm fine."
Okay, I'm going to go hang out with the boys. Okay, go do that.
Slams
It comes
door.
back. How dare, like, screaming. No, that's the thing where, like, the second he steps out the foot out the door, just, I said that I had no ill intent whatsoever with sending the message, although I do understand how some things could have been taken negatively or as a dig on her end. By the way, we'll never take it negatively as long as you go listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, your favorite podcast app, search OK Storytime.
Boom, baby.
Boom. We got a little bit more, but this is crazy.
She's just cementing her case that, one,
she's not coming to the wedding.
you're not coming to the wedding. Two, I don't like you,
Yeah.
but you're going to be seeing me around often. So enjoy that. And if you want to come at me, guess who's on my side?
Yeah.
Everybody.
This is one of those things, too, where I would also kind of want to reiterate to, like, mother-in-law, father-in-law, like, I'll still come for Christmas. If she wants to deal with me, like, she can decide if she wants to come or not, but, like, I'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah, Emma says, no wonder he hasn't proposed. I don't know why he's still in this
Yeah.
relationship.
That
That's
man went
wild.
home and had a deep thought in the shower that night.
My favorite thing was, sister, what the heck are you doing? And she's like, you're attacking me.
Right.
Don't
Immediate
attack
tears.
me. No. Everyone, no.
Because she knew she was
No.
losing, so she
Yeah.
was like, let me turn the tears up.
I'm a victim
Yeah.
now because I suck.
Yeah. I told both my fiance and mother-in-law that if I had any idea that this was how things were going to go, I would have never said anything. I told her I appreciated the thought of trying to help the situation, but at this point, there was nothing I could say or do that would make the situation better, and I didn't feel comfortable staying. So we left. It's a hot mess, and it honestly sucks that this is how it played out, but that's where things are at the moment, and probably will stay for quite a while. So it is what it is. It goes without saying that she definitely won't be at the wedding, and now we're trying to decide if we want just our parents there or if we want it to just be the two of us. And that's the end of that.